Hey, what's up guys? Rev here. So it finally happened. Twitter is turning on MrBeast. Now at initial glance, you're probably surprised since he's generally well liked, so you figure he must have been exposed where some dark side of him or his content was revealed to the public. Well, as it turns out, MrBeast is currently under attack by countless Twitter users because he used his wealth and platform to help cure blindness. No, I am not joking. Twitter users are actually angry about his latest video where he paid for surgeries to help 1,000 blind people gain back their sight. There are viral posts claiming that these actions are proof that he's not only selfish and a bad person for doing it, they're also saying, and I am not exaggerating, that this proves he is the living embodiment of the Antichrist. All of this leading to one of the most cursed trending pages I've ever seen, and feel free to craft your own explanation of how these events relate in the comments section. But nonetheless, before we look at some examples of Twitter users being completely miserable about this video, let's watch a quick clip from MrBeast's intro for pretty much all of the context you need.
We're curing 1,000 people's blindness. It's gonna be crazy.
Most of us see the world like this. But here's the thing, 200 million people see the world like this. But I just made it one less.
Oh. Wow.
She's just one of 1,000 blind people we helped from around the world.
They can't see, but we have all the technology to fix it.
Yep, half of all the blindness in the world is people who need a 10-minute surgery.
Crazy.
Yeah.
So here's a series of tweets that are pretty representative of what a lot of people are saying in reaction to this. MrBeast doesn't make videos because he's a philanthropist or wants to share the good he brings into the world. He makes videos because it's his job, and he's very good at turning huge cash investments into massive paydays for him and his crew. His content literally exists because he knows the more money he spends and the more amazed and interested people will be with the content, it's never a personal pet project. He's just really savvy about optics, which is why he did charity donations for Squid Game. Now, me when I'm the most miserable person ever, right? But to me, maybe this makes me weird, but I genuinely believe that a good deed is a good deed. I really don't care about the intentions of what the person was trying to do with that good deed. I think almost any good deed has at some level, even if it's really small, has some aspect of selfishness or narcissism. But that doesn't change the fact that something good happened. And in this case, you have 1,000 people who have had their lives significantly improved by MrBeast paying for these surgeries. He has quite literally improved all of their lives. I don't care what his intention was. If it was for clickbait or ad revenue, okay. I'm pretty sure the 1,000 people who have had their lives improved don't care if they were used for ad revenue. And honestly, all of this goes into his business model. His business model exists to give it all back to the public. You have to generate revenue, okay? Of course, he's trying to up the ante because the more he does that, the more views he gets, the more ad revenue, and that means more giving back to people in the future. It plays off of itself, and the end result is helping people. I don't understand how you can view that as selfish. I don't care if he has to promote things in a way through clickbait or whatever to make it all happen. At the end of the day, the result is a good thing, a net positive for everyone involved. His whole approach to his channel and his life is to end his life with no penny left to his name because he gave it all away. Let me just ask someone like this. What have you done to help people? MrBeast has helped people. That is undeniable. So that is an act of philanthropy, no matter what his intent was. And what have you done other than bitching on Twitter about someone doing good deeds? Because Twitter users will go over and over again, eat the rich, the rich have to do their fair share, they have to give back. And then when a guy actually does it, you flame him. Would you have been happier if he did nothing? If he didn't give any money away? like, what is the point? And in this case, I mean, I really appreciate this video because in this case, he's not just throwing money at people. He's also doing it in a way that's improving their lives by giving them their sight back. That's a huge thing. I mean, you can give people $10,000, like his normal video. You just give someone $10,000 for looking at him in Walmart, okay? But this actually improves their lives because people can win the lottery and then become less happy afterwards. Money doesn't solve everything, so something like this does help people. But there's other tweets like this one saying, there is something so demonic about this, and I can't even articulate what it is. 80,000 likes, by the way. It probably feels demonic because you're seeing something actually good happen. Twitter users can't comprehend a good deed. They must think there's something bad about it. They can't accept a good net positive for the world. But I will admit, like, I get there's something very dystopian and dark about this whole situation. Number one, the fact that this surgery is out there and available and it will vastly improve millions and millions of people's lives if they had access to it. But that's not MrBeast's fault, okay? MrBeast isn't the reason there's this crisis or shortage of resources for people. So, like, again, what do you want him to do? Nothing? And I get the thumbnail. I hate MrBeast thumbnail. And I want to make this very clear. I am not a MrBeast fan. Like, people will think I'm simping for him. I'm just explaining what I think is a pretty reasonable approach to everything happening. I don't enjoy his content. It's not that I'm saying it's bad. It's just not for me. So I have no interest in defending him for the sake of liking his content. I think his thumbnails are beyond cursed. I think they're like you could do a whole psychology of his thumbnails. Their design, the saturation, the soy facing, it's all made to rope people in, mostly children. But you know what? It works, obviously, and it works to the net benefit of everyone involved. And I get the craziness here. You got a blind child soy facing with MrBeast eerily with his arm around him. But you know what? Who cares? At the end of the day, everyone involved in that video is happier for it. And I don't understand how you can be confused to the point where you think there's something demonic going on here. Clearly, there's something demonic going on here. Again, it goes back to the business model and the same claim, like, what do you want him to do? Nothing? Would that make you happier if he did nothing? Yeah. Only on Twitter can good deeds be called demonic or selfish or viewed in always the worst way imaginable. But I want to end this video on one last tweet. This is easily, it's only January, but this might be the worst tweet of 2023. He is literally the Antichrist. He's performing our society's equivalent of miracles through these excessive acts of faux generosity and is garnering everyone's undivided love and admiration in doing so. He will start subverting Christ's teachings next and preaching selfish action. I got nothing. This is just a complete and utter garbage tweet. I don't know what else to say to this. People see someone doing something good and they think it must be the Antichrist. The Antichrist has returned in the form of the ironically named MrBeast. The Beast has returned. But yeah, that's all I got for this video, guys. Again, please let me know your thoughts about all of this in the comment section down below. I know it's a very layered issue, but that's my general reaction to all this. I don't care. A good deed is a good deed. I care very little about people's intention when they do so. And you finally have a guy with a lot of wealth who wants to give it back and give it all away. And people are still mad. You will never please Twitter, and it's not worth trying. So that's going to do for this video. Hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time.